The first time I saw a human, I thought the rumors were exaggerated. They were smaller than most warrior species. No armored hide like the Torgra, no claws like the Rin, no bioblades like the Cathari, just fragile, flesh-covered creatures, soft, vulnerable. I was wrong. The war with the Broodtide had been going badly for months. Their swarm fleets tore through outposts with mechanical precision, leaving nothing but ash. The Council had assembled an alliance task force, a desperate coalition of fleets including, for the first time in centuries, humans. I was stationed aboard the Vila Prime, a siege carrier. When the humans arrived, they brought only one ship, a long black-hulled dreadnought named Vigilant. Its hull bore the scars of a dozen battles, each one left unrepaired, as if to remind enemies what it had survived. I expected their captain to be some grizzled warlord. Instead, it was a woman, young, calm, eyes like a predator who already knew the outcome. Her name was Captain Mara Ellison. The briefing room was tense. The Broodtide was advancing on the Arel Belt, a choke point that, if lost, would open the core worlds to invasion. The plan was simple: hold the line. Mara listened, silent, until the Council generals finished. Then she spoke. "You're planning to fight them like you fight each other," she said, her voice cold. "They'll tear you apart." The room erupted in protest, until she projected her own plan. It was brutal, it was unorthodox, it was terrifying. "We let them in," she said. "Pull them into the choke, collapse the corridor behind them, and burn them alive." The Alliance commanders hesitated, but the humans had fought the Broodtide before. They'd survived. So we did it their way. When the Brood arrived, they came like a black tide, thousands of ships swarming forward. Our fleets retreated in perfect sequence, luring them deeper. The Vigilant stayed at the rear, absorbing hits that would have crippled other vessels. Its guns didn't just fire, they erased ships from existence. Then, when the swarm was fully inside the corridor, Mara gave the order. "All ships, now." Our mines detonated. The corridor's asteroid walls collapsed, trapping the Brood inside, and then the humans began the burn. They didn't aim for ships, they aimed for the spaces between them, igniting the volatile gases and fuel trails. The void became a firestorm, swallowing the swarm in seconds. I'd seen battles, I'd seen death, but I'd never seen annihilation like that. The humans didn't just win, they made sure nothing survived. When it was over, silence filled the comms, and in that silence, I realized something that chilled me to my bones. We had not fought with the humans. We had fought because they allowed us to live. After the battle, the debris field stretched for light minutes. The Broodtide had lost nearly a third of their forward fleet in a single engagement. It was the first real victory in years. The Alliance celebrated. The humans didn't. I found Captain Mara standing on the observation deck of the Vigilant, staring into the remains of the swarm. "You don't look pleased," I said. She didn't turn. "The Brood will come back. They always do. And next time, they'll be smarter." I didn't understand then. But over the next weeks, I learned. Humans don't fight for glory. They don't fight for honor. They fight because they've already imagined the worst possible outcome, and they refuse to let it happen. In the following months, I served alongside them in multiple engagements. They were relentless in planning, ruthless in execution. They didn't hope to survive. They designed survival into every maneuver, and then came the day that proved their nature beyond all doubt. A Brood spearhead ambushed our convoy near the Carven Rift. We were outnumbered and trapped. The rift's gravity wells crippled our FTL drives. The Vigilant moved forward, between the swarm and the rest of us. "Evacuate the convoy," Mara ordered. "But you'll be cut off," I protested. Her eyes met mine, steady, unafraid. "Someone has to hold them." The humans fought for 26 minutes against a force 3 times their size. 26 minutes of constant fire, of hull breaches and deck casualties. And when the convoy finally jumped to safety, the Vigilant was gone. We thought they were lost, but hours later, the black dreadnought emerged from the rift, battered, burning, alive. I will never forget the sight. That was the day I understood. Humans are not the biggest, strongest, or fastest in the galaxy, but when they choose to stand, they become the most dangerous thing in existence, and I will never again feel fear the way I did the day I stood with humans and discovered real terror.